Okay, so we'll learn how to add and subtract two fractions. Before that, let us see how do I add half and 2/3 without using a calculator. So this one is quite simple, right? We learned in primary school. Okay, so first of all, we need to make them into the same denominator. So half, okay, then you plus 2/3. Okay, so how do I make them in the same denominator? The number should be 6, right? Because the common multiple between 2 and 3 is 6. So we need to make them to 6. So for half, right, I need to times 3 and times 3 at the top and bottom. Times 3 times 3. Okay, so for the first term is the top is 3, because 3 times 1 is 3, at the bottom is 3 times 2 6. Okay, let's move on to the second term. The second term is 2/3, but same thing, I want to make my denominator into 6, so I must times 2 at the bottom, and you need to times 2 at the top. Okay, so for the top is 2 times 2, 2 times 2 4, right, and 3 times 2 is 6. Okay, so now you notice that my denominator is the same. Okay, so I should just add them together. So I just write the same denominator of 6, and at the top you put 3 plus 4, which is equal to 7 over 6. Alright, so this is how I add these two fractions together. Next, what about minus? Minus the same thing. We need to make them into the common denominator before I can do anything. So for the first term, half minus 1 over 3. Okay, so for the common multiple between 2 and 3 is 6, right? So I should make both of them to denominator of 6. So for this first term of half, right, so I should times 3 here, times 3 here, so 3 over 6, minus away. For 1/3, right, I must multiply by 2 and times 2 here. Okay, so for the second term, 1 times 2 is 2, over 3 times 2 is 6. So now I have completed my first step. The second step, I must combine them together. Alright, the purpose of making them into the same denominator is to combine them together. That's the rationale. Okay, so combine them together, draw one long line with a 6 here. Okay, at the top, you put 3 minus 2. Yeah, so that's it. So 3 minus 2 is just 1. 1 over 6. Okay, so this is how we simplify fractions without any algebra. But what if we are dealing with algebra, with fraction, like this? Okay, so for case 1, right, we are dealing with this type of algebraic fraction, but it's still the same rationale. Okay, it's the idea to solve this type of simplify this type of fraction, adding up of two fractions, is the same as what we do without any fraction, without any algebra. Okay, you look at the first term, which is 1 over x, and the second term, which is 1 over 3x. Okay, first of all, you must make them into the same denominator. How do I do that? Alright, so for the first term, I should make my denominator this into 3x, right? So I should multiply by 3 here, but when you multiply 3 on the bottom, you must multiply 3 on the top. Okay, so for the first term, 3 times 1 is 3. Okay, bottom is 3 times x is 3x. For the second term, which is 1 over 3x, right, you don't need to do anything. Okay, just put 1 over 3x. Now, after that, my denominator is the same, so I just combine them together. So, draw a line, okay, 3x. Right, for the top, just copy whatever that is that you see. 3 plus 1. Okay, then you just get 4, 3 plus 1 is 4, right? 4 over 3x. Yeah, so this is how you simplify this equation. I mean this expression. Next is the same, alright? So we have x minus 2 over 3 minus 2x minus 3 over 9. Now, I want to make them into the same denominator. If you look at the first term and the second term, and the denominator, okay, so the first term, the denominator is 3, the second term denominator is 9. So the common multiple between 3 and 9 is just 9. Okay, so I just manipulate the first term. Okay, so for the first term, you need to, because you want to make your bottom to 9, right, from 3 to 9, so you need to multiply by 3. Okay, then for the top, of course, you must do likewise. Okay, likewise, so you also must multiply by 3. Okay, so you will see why I put a bracket. So for the first term, put a 3 bracket x minus 2. Okay, for the bottom, 3 times 3 is 9. Right, then you put your minus. So for the second term, you don't need to do anything, but please put a bracket first, because I will tell you why later. Okay, alright, so first term and second term has same denominator, so we are good to go to combine them together. Okay, so put a 9 on the bottom. Okay, for the top, notice that 3 bracket x minus 2. It's very important to put a bracket. 3 bracket x minus 2. Alright, then you put a minus sign, of course, and remember another bracket. 2x minus 3. As long as you see more than one term, you put a bracket. Okay, just put a bracket to be safe. Alright, okay, so now we want to simplify the top. Okay, so the top, if you know that, I mean, this is just normal expansion, right? You remember your rainbow method. So 3, sorry, let me just put here, 3 bracket x minus 2. Okay, I just do the red color first. So 3, okay, just draw the two rainbow. So you will get around 3x minus 6. Okay, so let's take a look at the purple bracket with the minus sign. Okay, so whenever your minus sign it's understood that there's a minus 1 here. Okay, so remember, minus 1, you put a bracket, 2x minus 3. Okay, then you do your so-called rainbow. Minus 1 times 2x. Alright, then minus 1 times minus 3. Okay, so minus 1 times 2x is minus 2x. Minus 1 times minus 3 is plus 3. Okay, then you simplify. Okay, so the top, 3x minus 2x is equal to, so you just use 3x minus 2x is equal to your x. Right, then minus 6 plus 3 is equal to minus 3. Okay, so x minus 3 over 9. That's it. Alright, so why is it important to put bracket? Okay, so imagine you don't put bracket. So let's just say, okay, this one, right? Okay, so let me just copy this to here. Right, so let me write so 3 minus 9. So at the top, we go back, x minus 2, 2x plus 3. Okay, so this is the original expression. Yeah, okay, so if I don't put bracket, times 3 times 3. Okay, so if you do this, you will get the denominator, you will get the 9. So that is okay. Just that for the top, if you are not careful, you might think that, hey, 3 times x, just 3x. Then you just write the -2 here. Then you continue with your so-called calculation or manipulation. You will get this. Okay. Next, you also never put a bracket here. So what you will do, you will make this kind of mistake. So the bottom, you will put 9. Okay. Then for the top, you will just put 3x minus 2. Then you will just copy the minus here, right? Without bracket, so you will get this 2x minus 3. Okay. So everything is wrong already. Okay. So you will get around 3x minus 2x is x. Okay. Minus 2 minus 3 is minus 5. Okay. So this is a wrong manipulation. Right. So whenever you have two terms, please put a bracket so that you won't make any careless mistake. Right. So let's go back. Yeah. So remember to put your bracket. It's a very good habit. Okay. Case 2. Okay. Case 2, you'll notice that my denominator, first term and second term. Okay. So first, second term. Okay, you notice that the denominator is, I can't multiply, like, let's just say for the first term, I can't make my x plus 1 into 3x plus 4. I can't multiply by anything. I multiply by 3 is only 3x plus 3. I multiply by 4 is 4x plus 4. So the denominator, I can't make it the same. So what should I do? Okay, so whenever you have such a scenario, you just multiply. Okay, so for the first term, x, just put a bracket, x plus 1. You multiply by the denominator of your second term, which is 3x plus 4. Okay, so let me just put a 3 here. Yeah, so for the first term, you multiply by 3x plus 4. Right? So when you do this to the bottom, you must do this to the top. Multiply by 3x plus 4. Okay? Okay, you look at the second term. I'll just add a plus here. Okay, second term is 2 over 3x plus 4, right? You multiply this second term with the denominator of your first term, which is x plus 1. Okay, so 2, 3x plus 4. Okay, so this is the second term, right? So you multiply with x plus 1 on the bottom and on the top. Okay, then you simplify. All right. So if you look, we have a common denominator, right? So now my denominator between the first and the second is x plus 1 and multiply by 3x plus 4. Okay, so let me just write down. Okay, so let's take a look at the top. Okay, so for the first term is 3 multiplied by bracket 3x plus 4. So you simplify this first. Right, so let me just write here 3x plus 4. Okay, so you do the rainbow method. 3 multiply. So it's equal to 9x plus 12. Okay, so you just put 9x plus 12 here. Okay, for the second term, 2 multiply by x, bracket x plus 1. Okay, then you do your rainbow method, you should get 2x plus 2. So you write 2x plus 2 here. Okay, so now we are good. We simplify the top. So 9x plus 2x is equal to 11x. Okay, plus 12, then plus 2 is equal to 14. After that, you just put this can already. Okay, So this is how you simplify, how you combine, how you add this expression together. Especially when you can't make the denominator the same, you need to multiply by each other denominator. Right, let's move on to case 3. Case 3, you notice that is quite similar to your case 2, but if you look at the first term and the second term, okay, the first term, the denominator is 2x minus 1. The second term is 1 minus 2x. Okay, so the difference is not big, just a very, very minor difference is that here is positive 2x, here is minus negative 2x. Here is minus 1, here is plus 1. So how do I make the denominator the same? Okay, I look at the second term. Okay, I don't touch the first term, I look at the second term. So I just write the first term here, 2x minus 1 with a plus here. Okay, second term, how do I make the denominator into the 2x minus 1? So you simply just factorize out minus 1. Right? So put a bracket, minus 1. Okay, so when I factorize out minus 1, what is left is, okay, for this, right, when for 1, I factorize out minus 1 is minus 1. Okay, for this, minus 2x, right, I factorize out minus 1 is plus 2x. Okay, the 3 just put on top. Alright, okay, so now if you take a look, the first term and second term denominator. Right, so this is 2x minus 1. This is minus 1 plus 2x. But minus 1 plus 2x is actually the same as 2x minus 1, right? Because I can just switch the places. Yeah, right. So the 2x I put in front, the minus 1 I put at the back. So yeah, so let me just erase. Right, so it's just 2x minus 1. Okay. Right, so now how do I get not say get rid, how do I throw away this minus 1? So you simply just put this minus 1 right here. Okay, so you put this minus 1 right here, so your expression now become 5 over 2x minus 1. Okay, so since the, okay, I put a plus first, then you put a minus 1 here. Okay, then you put a second term here. So 3 2x minus 1. Okay, so this purple bracket negative 1 is actually at, sorry, maybe I just write. Okay, it's exactly at the center. It's like here, minus 1. Okay, so plus and minus always win. So you simply just put this. Okay, the whole thing here. Okay, the whole thing here become minus sign. So it's 5 2x minus 1. Okay, so plus minus, because minus 1 is actually, I can just don't put the minus. It's like basically it's like that one. Okay, so like that. So it's just plus minus 3 over bracket 2x minus 1. Yeah, so plus and minus always win. Put a minus here, then you put your second term. Okay, so notice that the top right is 5 and 3. So there's no need for you to put any bracket. It's okay. Because first term, there's only one term. So is don't need to put any bracket. When you have two term, you need to put bracket. So that you won't make any mistake. Right? Okay, so now we are good to go. We combine 2x minus 1. Right? For the top, 5 minus 3. Okay, so 5 minus 3 is just 2, right? So it's equal to 2 over 2x minus 1. Alright? So this is how you do, how you manipulate this addition of your two algebraic fraction. So let's move on to case 4. Case 4, if you take a look, okay, so you will be tempted to do your so-called case number 2, right? You just multiply by each other denominator. Actually, for this case, you don't need. Okay, first of all, you look at the first term and the second term. Right, For the first term, the denominator, if you notice that we can factorize the denominator. So you factorize first. Right, so first term, if you factorize correctly, you should get x plus 3, x minus 1. Okay, then you put a 5 here. Second term, 3 over x plus 3. Okay, so now the first term and second term, the only difference between the first and second term is this. Okay, because x plus 3 is the denominator for second term. Right, so for the second term, you simply just multiply by x minus 1 bracket. Okay, multiply. So multiply by x minus 1 on the bottom and x minus 1 at the top. Okay, because you want to make the first and second term into the same denominator. So after that, you multiply, you should get this, right? Okay, then you plus. Yeah, so for the second term, you will now become x plus 3 bracket x minus 1 bracket. Okay, then at the top, 3, okay, multiply by x minus 1 bracket. Okay, so notice that the first term, second term exactly has the same denominator. All I need to do is to manipulate my second term, the top. Okay, so this one, rainbow method, 3x minus 1 bracket. So 3 multiply. You will get 3 times x is 3x, 3 times minus 1 is minus 3. Okay, so so now we are ready to go. So it's x plus 3, x minus 1. Okay, so for this is 5 plus 3x minus 3. Okay, so now we simplify the top. 5 minus 3 is equal to 2. Okay, so 2 plus 3x over x plus 3, x minus 1. Alright, so this is how you do the this type of case number 4. Okay, alright, so we are done.